Welcome guys, Isva back again with a most interesting topic today, as we are going to talk about one of the greatest misconceptions of Mortal Kombat 11. It actually is a long-awaited video on my channel, an old idea of mine to talk about one certain variation that was utterly downplayed through the game's lifespan. The topic begs the question, how did your good old Isva acquire such knowledge that nobody has ever told before? The way everyone gets it in the first place. I was maining this variation for a long time. So let's jump right into it and see how one of the actual greatest variations got completely misunderstood and forgotten. Seeing the first Aftermath trailers, I helplessly started evolving into a Fujin loyalist even without ever playing the character before, instantly gravitating towards the Cyclone variation just because no one else was interested in it. I was more of an experimenting, out-of-the-line guy as far as I can remember, so I felt it would fit my style and nature well, and what gives I almost instantly started seeing the obvious differences between the guides of the time and my own experience. Since Aftermath came out, Cyclone was always seen as a keep-away zoner, specifically relying on two special moves, an annoying mid-zoning tool and an amiable anti-air to get Fujin damage when you are trying to jump over his zoning. However, it has got to be told right now, this is not how you play Cyclone at a certain level. The misunderstanding eventually came from concentrating on Cyclone's two special moves, instead of realizing the possibilities combining them with your strings. And an obvious overseeing in the communication. But how do you actually play Cyclone? First of all, a good Cyclone is fast with his buttons, uniquely aggressive, not letting the opponent get breathing space under any circumstances. This is absolutely possible for him because of all the following. Back 2 and Wind Push will allow him to cast Floor Hazard on an entire arena, as Back 2 commands the neutral well, and the fast Wind Push can check anyone, as remember, Wind Push is not a projectile and will come out instantly at any ranges. Combining the two will result in a safe mid-screen pressure, especially if you happen to use meter on Wind Push. This is a unique element to this variation and can really harass a player trying to press any buttons mid-screen. This is your main pressure on the center of an arena, because Cyclone hardly has any combo potential here. Wind Push will check an opponent closing in, and Back 2 will catch keep-away zoners trying to get distance, locking the players in the Fujin's optimal range. Here's where things get a bit more interesting though. Once your opponent starts respecting this pressure, you can attack with a bit slow but unexpected 50-50. Either you can go for a forward preload or an overhead jump in. Both of these options get Fujin a respectable combo, not because of the actual damage, but the best corner carry in the entire game. It literally takes one successful jump in combo to get anyone in the corner from a starting position, and here you can see the surprise on your opponent's visual face as Cyclone goes full Kyoshi in the corner. The corner game is Cyclone's biggest ace, as he actually gains new ways to keep the corner positioning. Usually a Fujin player only uses throws, run cancels or crushing blows to switch sides. However, this variation can extend the back and forward to grab strings with an extra amplify. This is actually a really useful tool, not by itself, but you can make a read of a wake-up roll and punish it with these strings. Forward to grab is specifically reliable for catching a rolling player, and the game will reward Cyclone with a crushing blow for the punish, also getting the corner positioning back. Okizeme that comes after can be basically anything. The corner itself unlocks Cyclone's full potential. A standing 4th string will combo into air slams, mids combo into wind push and wind kicks, anything else leading to more Okis, applying pressure, mostly plus if you have the opportunity to use that so-called standing 4th string. The keyword becomes unpredictability. Cyclone will confuse any opponent here, and this is the point you start to see why a good Cyclone will try to get everyone in the corner as soon as possible. 40% combos become menacingly real at the very least, often setting up a new vortex. Even if the opponent tries to do a wake-up attack, Fujin can flawless block it, starting another combo. This time you just can't stop it in a lack of meter. Why, Cyclone usually only needs one bar for an optimal combo, having one spare if anything goes wrong. All this makes the variation just as strong, if not stronger, than the other two original competitive presets, but Cyclone, if played right, probably remains the hardest Fujin variation of all. All that have been said above require constant, fast thinking, as players need to make micro decisions in just a couple of frames to handle these tools safely. You need to carefully plan around your gaps at a higher level. One bad decision can decide entire matches, and losing control over the events can be a death sentence. Yet still, I highly recommend diving into such a unique experience, as Cyclone won't just satisfy, he will teach a player who listens carefully. This is the variation that taught me the most about this game, with all his pros and cons. I could tell a ton of little tricks and tips to get a new Cyclone player going, but I'll let them experience the way I did. Otherwise, if you have questions about Mortal Kombat, feel free to leave a comment. If you like this video, consider a thumbs up, subscribe, and we shall see each other again. This was Aizaba, and goodbye for now.